This is our Board of Commissioners meeting. Got two commissioners. Mitchell will be on a little bit after 7. He's getting off. And Commissioner Hurston, have you heard? It's not like him not to be here. So we'll go ahead and start with the Wanaco Town Board of Commissioner meeting November the 13th at Wanaco Town Hall Chamber. Right now, we're going to ask Pastor Samuel Bowman to come up for the invocation.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you today thankful and grateful. I'm thankful for the town of Walnut Cove and all of its members. We're especially thankful today, Father, for the mayor, the councilmen and women, for the town employees, and all those who have volunteered and dedicated their time to making this a better place. I pray, Father, that you would bless them with wisdom and understanding to lead and guide them to make decisions to make our community a bright spot in a dark world. I also ask, Father, that all of this community would prosper and experience your favor both now and in the future. I pray that all those that come within the city limits of this wonderful small town experience your grace and mercy by all those who call it home. We ask this in the mighty and the matchless name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. If we could stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. Announcements. The Wanaco Board of Commissioners regular meeting is going to be Thursday, December the 11th at 7 o'clock here in the chamber. Wanaco Volunteer Fire Department meeting is going to be December the 4th at 7 o'clock. That's at the fire department. And the Wanaco Planning and Zoning Board meeting is going to be on December the 4th as well, 6:30 here in the chamber. Town Recycling, November the 21st and 5th. And Wanaco Town Hall License Tag Office is going to be closed on the 27th and 28th for Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving holiday. And Wanaco Christmas lighting at Christmas in the Cove by the Cove Group, December the 6th. This is noted from 4 to 8. Is that correct? 4 to 8 p.m. Okay, Wanaco Christmas Parade sponsored by the Wanaco Masonic Lodge, December the 13th. And that starts, lineup is around 12:30. And then the parade started at 2 o'clock. And are there any public comments?
Mayor, is at this time, do you want to do the recognition you mentioned earlier that we do the
We could do that, actually.
yeah,
So
so while we're waiting on Thomas to do the
Right,
citizen
there's no
count.
public comments? There's no public comments, okay. So I'm just gonna say that Mr. Nyland is the town interim. He's been here for, going on, it's
3 months?
a little longer than 3 months. But he's our town interim. Mr. Greenwood, who had served the town for a number of years, he's now working with the Planning and Zoning Board. So Mr. Nyland had came up with, he was the mayor for Mountain area for a term, right? And also, when it comes to town managers, he's been all across the state to help out town managers. And that's what he does, like a consultant. So he came up with, for the town academy, that he wanted to present, to bring in citizens of the town, to give them a background of what does municipalities, what do they do? And, they did several things. So if you want to elaborate on that before we do the presentation, I'll let you do that as well.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, and I see my friends out here, my Citizens Academy, and so they're all smiling because they know they're my people. I hope we allowed them to learn a little something about their local government. But at the same time, I think we all became kind of friends and enjoyed having a little bit of fun too. But I do want to say that this is a special group, being my first group here. Mayor, there's only 2 or 3 of them that probably failed the test, but we're going to give them stuff anyway. I'm kidding. There was no test. I just want to say thank you all for taking the time out of your time to spend and learn about your government and be interested enough to learn about your government. So we have a few things here we want to do tonight. We're going to give you a certificate and a couple gifts. The mayor's going to help me do that. You will.
Okay.
And we're going to pass those out now. As I call out your name, I got your certificate. Come on up, and I'll tell you what to do when you get there.
That being said, I think, it'll probably be another one the first of the year, and a letter go out as well to see if there would be more to come and do the same repeat of getting them more familiar with the municipality or what government is about, Okay.
You come up, and I'm going to read the name, and you'll just shake their hand.
Oh, okay.
And then I can talk about Mason, come forward, please, and shake the hand of the mayor. Mason was the youngest member of our group, and by 8:30, he was the only one still awake. He's just a great young man, somebody that I've enjoyed getting to know. He has shown some interest in maybe helping and doing an internship with the city, which is exciting to me. So we're trying to work that out. And Mayor, I just want to say that he's a future leader, not for me. And I just appreciate you and all that. So Mason, what I need you to do is, since I don't know what the sizes are, we've got a shirt here for you. You've got to figure out what size you wear. And then we've got a cup for you. And then we'll go on to the next person. Thank you so much. Okay, my next is somebody that may not need any introduction, Sandy. In spite of Sandy Johnson, in spite of her being essentially trained by me, she was elected by the citizens of Walnut Cove Indians. And she'll be a great asset to our board. And I just want to say that I was excited, and you seem mostly and did a great job. So I do thank you. And you get to pick out a shirt and all right, next. Kelly, Chris. I gotta say something about Kelly. Kelly, we could never get her to shut up. No, she never shut her word, I don't think. I know you did. I was kidding with that. She was a very regular attender and did a great job and was always had such a pretty smile. It made my evening. So I just want to thank you for that. And like I said, just pick out a shirt size if you want, and we'll get it up. Carly? Carly? Get up here, big guy. Carly, what can I say about you? I'm a swell guy. Charlie's a swell guy. I just want you to know. All right, here's your cup. You pick out a shirt size that fits. All right, next, Marty Mitchell. Marty is my buddy because when we needed discipline in the group, I called on him in. Well, you do have that. Here's your cup, and pick out a shirt that fits. Thank you. Is Lawrence here? Smith? Lawrence? Get ready. is one of the guys, I just want to tell you, after 4 weeks, he's figured it all out, and he feels comfortable enough to tell me what's wrong with it. In a nice way. He's a great guy, just a really great guy, and like I said, I was telling him earlier, just how much I appreciate you guys. It's a wonderful, yeah. Here's a cup, and get you a size of this. Melissa Mitchell. I gotta be careful here. Because Melissa is my true friend. I told her my conservative friend, and she says, no, I'm just friend. But she is somebody very special to me. And I want to say this because I don't know if you all remember. About 8 months ago, even before we did the Citizens Academy, you came to a meeting because you wanted to know about city government. You remember? We didn't have a Citizens Academy or anything. And I had a chance to talk with you after the meeting, you told me how proud I was of you coming to try to learn about the city and that kind of thing. And as I've gotten to know her, she has a true passion for our community and a good heart. And somebody that is special to me because I can always count on her. I'm wrong. And you know, I'm kidding on that, but I just, she's the best. There's something to put on this man. No, you can't. What I'm going to say about Noel is he's the big, strong fighter. And we appreciate you. There. Yeah. You can get it first. Okay. Kim? Kim, okay, I'm fine. We can do Kim Farrell. I got two Kims. Here, Kim Farrell. No, I got one Farrell. But we had two. Anyway, Kim is, if you don't know, is involved in our community with the theater, and is a wonderful person who is trying to do a lot of good things for our community. And I think he made all but one of the meetings on our show, but anyway, he was tough. I'm gonna say this one's the last. All right. Ruth Smith. Ruthie. This is the other part of that combination back there. But she's the nicer man. Ruth they made every meeting, and they made it fun every night because they both had that great smile. And it was like, it was almost like when I was talking, they were smiling at me, but they knew I was up to something. So, Christine, my librarian. Now, Christine, you had the most important basketball, she made sure the building was up. Second most important task. Most important task was Brandy, who I want to recognize now, and you all at this time can give Brandy a big hand for the food. Every night she had something different for us there that was at least edible and tasty, and it was on the spot for us to get on to our meeting. So, but Christine allowed us to use the facility and opened it up for us and helped clean up at the end. And she was there to make sure that no matter what happens, the library gets money.
Yes.
I've got, I'll say that, Kim Sahate from King. Okay. Kim is, what, Kim? Kim, will you accept Kim, or do you want Kim? Can we do it?
We'll fix it.
Can we do it? She, is very nice. As opposed to some of the others, and she's also on our board of elections, I think, right? And we do appreciate you coming and being able to. Okay, I don't think I missed anybody except one more. There we go. This last one is for, my favorite mayor. Nellie Brown attended, I think, 3 or 4 meetings in partial, and it was her schedule, and she worked out of town. It was awful difficult, and she was there, 3 or 4 meetings, and, she's somebody that's special to me. So I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate the mayor. I will get a picture of this, I didn't pick this mayor this time. Mayor, you need to get, Thanks, Bob. So again, what we did, we were briefing for those who weren't there, is it was a 4-week session, 4 consecutive Monday night. And we divided it up into topics. And one of the good things that I got out of this class, and I mean this, was a lot of good feedback. Okay, that's what I was looking for. And a couple of the things were, hey, we might need to spend a little more time on this, and we might need to split this up, and we're going to be looking at that going forward. So, I mean, those comments were taken to heart. I think we covered as much of the gamut as we could, and we are better off in the community because of these folks. Whether or not you're getting over to what you do. So, again, Mayor, I just want to say thanks, honestly, with passing out awards, and I just truly appreciate it. The mayor says that we want to try to do this again in the spring, because there's some people that
Yes.
I had to get publicity out to it, because when we did it, and not as many people, we're going to try to do a better job of getting it on the website, and doing some other things, and working on that, also working on the thing. And we don't have a second class in the spring.
That's right. That's good. We always want to make sure all citizens know when anything is going on in the town, so we appreciate it so much. And thank you very much for your participation in this. Commissioner Mitchell has came, and unfortunately, Commissioner Hurston is not here, but we can move, we have a quorum, so we can move forward. So at
And-
this time, adjustments and adoption of the agenda.
Mayor, I need to, if we could, add item F to the agenda, a proposal for radio read meters. You all have that at your place, the attachment, but if we could just add that as item F.
Is that under new business or I assume new business?
Yeah, item F under new business.
On the
yeah.
new business.
Yeah.
But the consent of the agenda,
No, this was.
that is going to consent to
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Okay, I
this
got
is-
you.
we're
This
just-
is the only thing to consent.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So we just need a mo-
We'll add that as item F under
right.
new business, if the board approves that.
I make a motion that we accept the agenda with the addition of item F under section 9, new business. Radio read meters.
It's been moved in second for attachment F, radio read meters to be added to the agenda. Question, are you ready to vote? Those in favor? Those opposed? Okay. So item 7 is consent agenda. And this is going to, A is the approval of the minutes. That's attachment A. B is, an attachment is that's approval of the minutes of October the 9th, approval of the closed session minutes. That was September the 11th. And item B is financial report, budget versus actual. That's attachment B. Alliance code enforcement, that's C. That was October the 21st. That's the report that's attached in the commissioner's packet. Also, item D is the RFQ for one calling engineer service, and that's attachment D. And Wanaco E is going to be Wanaco Fire and Rescue Quarterly Report. And Chief Blue is here tonight, and I had asked him to come forth and to go over his quarterly report. So, Ron, I guess on the attachment with the consent of the agenda, other than Chief Blue coming forward to.
Just need one motion
That's
for
right,
that.
that's correct.
Perfect.
One motion from item A to D for, right.
I'll make a motion that we accept the consent agenda while removing item E, which is the Walnut Cove Volunteer Fire and Rescue Quarterly Report, and moving that out as a side item immediately following.
It's been moved in second to the consent agenda, items A through D, for the approval of those minutes and remove item E, Chief Blue to come and do a presentation, a quarterly report on the Fire and Rescue Quarterly Report. Question, are you ready to vote? Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? And Chief Blue is here, and at this time, he will come forth. And this is in the Commissioner's, look at attachment E. So let's look at E as Chief Blue come forth, and we do appreciate him for all the great works that him and the volunteers at the fire department do for the town of Wanaco. We have it's a great department, and we have an extraordinary chief. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council Manager. This quarterly report is for July through September 2025. For July, we had 80 calls dispatched, 46 in the county, 20 in the town, 2 out-of-county assist calls, and 12 in-county assist calls. We assisted with the town fireworks on July the 3rd. We held our summer blood drive with 17 participants, and then we also did a fire and life safety event at Baileytown Christian Church for Friends and Family Day, to where we supplied a truck and allowed the kids to play in the water from the fire truck. In August, we had 77 calls, 44 in the county, 27 in the town, 2 out-of-county assist calls, and then 4 in-county assist calls. As far as training, part of the training that we conducted in August was part of our OSHA compliance, where we implemented a lockout tagout program for our members, and then we conducted some training with Stokes Rockingham Fire Department on landing the helicopter. And then we also assisted with the back to school event with the library in the town in August. In September, we have 95 calls, 45 in the county, 44 in the town, 1 out-of-county assist, and then 5 in-county assist calls. In September, we started a 4-module driver-operator program class that's provided by the North Carolina Office of State Fire Marshal and Forsyth Tech, and it basically teaches new members and existing members on how to properly operate fire apparatus and other apparatus, as well as our ladder truck. And this class is continuously going on as we speak, and it'll finish sometime after the first of the year. I was able to also attend the first annual North Carolina Fire Marshal Institute, which was held in Guilford County. This is a week-long training on fire code updates, new training, new information that's being provided to fire marshals across the state of North Carolina. Assisted the town manager with providing the Citizens Academy overview of the fire department operations, as well as our response. Attended a Duke Energy annual emergency response training. This is required each year by Duke Energy to bring in first responder agencies and to review the action plans for the power plant. We assisted with the American Red Cross and conducted a smoke detector canvas program. We focused primarily on the 3 trailer parks that was up on Highway 89. We've had a couple structure fires in those trailer parks, and so we partnered with the Red Cross to do a smoke detector canvas in those areas. The first week I went out and put door hangers on approximately 40 to 50 homes, letting them know that we were going to come out the following week and then install free smoke detectors, which was provided by the Red Cross. And so with that. Some people were home, some were not, some did not want the smoke detectors, but after that event, we were able to install 21 smoke detectors in 7 homes and provided smoke detectors for 23 people. And then after the first of the year, we're going to work again with the Red Cross and then work on our other 3 trailer parks as well as the rest of the residential neighborhoods in the fire district to ensure that people have working smoke alarms in their homes. And as a reminder, just change the batteries and smoke detectors, check them once a month. So that pub ed out there. Or attended some professional development training at Forsyth Tech. Also attended a Duke Energy nuclear plant safety and security meeting with security level staff from Duke Energy. One thing that I have been working on is that I've updated our fire department website. The new website is WaunacoFireRescue.com. And so if you would, just take a look at that and provide me any feedback. And hopefully it'll provide a little bit more information about our department and where we're going in the future. Provided incident action plans for the Fall Fest, along with working with the Code Group and the Little League in the town on planning for Halloween. That was a great success. I want to thank everybody that participated with that. We do have a live fire training scheduled for next Saturday at 809 Broad Street. And we'll be conducting training with our surrounding departments. We'll be sending out a code red as well as notifying the homeowners in the London community. There'll be a lot of smoke. We'll probably have to shut down a portion of Broad Street to lay a supply line across the road. But that'll be next Saturday starting at about 8 o'clock in the morning. We also have a blood drive scheduled for November the 29th. We added 1 new board member to our fire department board of directors. I was able to be the keynote speaker for the Forsyth Tech Fire Academy graduation this past September. And then we are in the process of also updating our record management system. And then I also, as always, with my quarterly reports, provided you with some pictures of our driver operator training, some of the setups that the individuals have to go through. And then we're also partnering with our neighbor departments to count this training towards our ISO training. And that concludes my report. Open to any questions if anyone has any.
Is y'all gonna do the LP gas tank training again?
We probably not for this year. We'll probably do it again next year.
Thank you, Chief Boo. And as we move forward, you see the screens are up tonight. They're up and operating. So as we move forward for quarterly reports from the Sheriff Department as well as Chief Boo, the Fire Department, all of this can be digital where you can see a lot of the presentation, also our librarians. So this will be really nice to see it up on the screen. So we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Old business. So old business, we know that item A, Citizen Academy graduation, was presented. And thank you again for all those that participated. It was a lot to learn and more to learn. It's always nice when the citizens get involved and learn the things that's going on. The wastewater treatment plant, fire department, they did a tour up there. Chief Boo was there to present that, the librarian. So just want to say thank you again, Brandy, for the food that you provided for them and everybody that participated. And at this time, we're going to go to item D.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to do a brief update since we're coming up on the Christmas season and people wondering what we have and what we don't have. It's my understanding that we are in, the Christmas tree is lit up and working good. I mean, it's lit, but it will be. But we have tested it. And it's in good shape, ready to go for the Christmas tree lighting. The discussion item that I wanted to bring up tonight was, first of all, we have originally, I think the town bought many years ago a used set of Christmas pole lights that sit on poles, you know, in the downtown, and they had 32 of them. We currently have about 13 that are in any kind of shape to put up. I did a little research and found out to replace those things, they're about anywhere from 11 to 1,500 apiece, which means if we wanted to go back and replace all 32 of them, it'd be close to $50,000 or $60,000. So I just wanted to let the board know what we have, what we're trying to do, and one of the things that we have a thought about, if you look over here, and I'm going to get up. This is a Christmas decoration that can be, we're working on how to mount it, but it is, it's got the LED in it, and it's enclosed from weather. And these things run about $80, $85 each. So we're trying to find a way to maybe make this work in downtown. And in around town, it's kind of attractive, it's like something like this is pretty good. I just want the board to know that that's the most cost-effective thing that we can do to replace lighting, if that's what the board wants to do in the future. There are lots of ways to do this. Towns do it in different ways. Some towns just put up banners that they change seasonally. Like I got Christmas banners, and I got summer banners, and 4th of July banners, and stuff like that. Of course, that has some expense to it, because you got to buy the banners, you know, and all of that. So really, this item is just for the board to know where we are and what we're kind of working on. And I just would entertain any thoughts of what you think we need to do going forward, because we can only do so much with what we have.
This is a nice looking ornament for our immediate cost, because this is an unbudgeted cost, correct? And, you know, we should always try and stay within our budget and not pull outside of it, in my opinion. But if that can be mounted, especially if we can mount it, it doesn't stick out nearly as far. The problem with the 32 stars with tractor trailers, and you can only go so high. There's one right now, long one. But I think that's a really good option for this year, and then we can address how we want to go forward even further, because it is a big part of how our downtown looks and pulls people into town. That tree is beautiful. Everybody knows that I'm the one that was so adamant the other year about it being preserved. So when it's lit and lit up appropriately, and the work that Brandy and the other staff did to make sure that was done, I think this is an exceptional idea. I would actually defer to Brandy, because she's been around and she is our declaration person. But I don't know, Mayor.
The other nice thing about these here, before Brandy, is you can see when we go to store them, they fold up nice, and they're like, you know, that's another advantage. Again, I'm not trying, I don't have any stock or selling this for any other reason. It was just something that Brandy researched and came up with, and I just thought it was a great thing that we might try maybe 15 or 20 of them this year, just to see how they work, and if we like them, then we've got a fix that will look good. And these can be put in other places. They don't have to be just on poles, you know, you could put them in your
Right,
car,
right.
you know, and, yeah, you could have them out here on the side of City Hall, you know, just something decorative. So it may be something we want to try, and I'm just asking, if you want to, we can find the money to budget, you know, maybe $5,000 or $6,000 to do it, and out of some, because we've got some accounts that we can do that, and we could make a big. But again, I'm not pushing that. I'm just
No,
trying
no.
to.
That's commercial.
Just trying to get you all some
Right.
feedback.
It's commercial grade, right?
Yeah,
Commercial grade.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's already the 13th of November. You don't have many options.
yeah. That's true. And like I said, Brandy did the research on this and came up with this. And when I saw it, I said, well, gee, that looks nice. And the issue is going to be that if we do it, we're going to have to find a bracket that will attach and hold it. And there are several ways of doing that, so we're going to be looking at that. And if we're going to do it this year, we need to move pretty quickly. But I do ask for the board's patience this year. We're going to do as much as we can, as pretty as we can, and then maybe if we do sort of a test section with this, like I said, it's a real cost-effective method compared to spending $1,200 on those those lights, you know, and that's what they are, $1,200 to $1,500 a piece.
Yeah.
And that's just for the basic, that's not even the,
And they have enough in stock. What's the lead time? They have stock. Okay.
would, Mayor, and I'll just ask this, would it be appropriate for, if the board thinks this is an idea to try, we're not talking about risking a lot of money to try something, and they have use anywhere. Like I said, we can decorate them and use them in front of the library, and, you know,
Yes,
if we come up with something different later or a great idea. What I would like to do, if I could, is ask the board if they would authorize us out of an account that we already have set up for like park and recreation and stuff like that. We have a catch-all, and we're not going to be going over budget for doing this. Would it be acceptable that we could spend up to $5,000 trying to figure out what we could do and try to do something nice in the downtown?
I wholeheartedly agree.
Just haven't been upgraded in many years, so, and some of the lights that they were up, some was working, some was not.
So I'm going to take it, if it's okay, Mayor, that the board's general agreement is to do that. We'll come back to you with a budget amendment and all of that, with the cost, but we're going to try to see if we can't do something nice. And again, I want to compliment Brandy on this. She did all this research on her own, because we started talking about it in the office one day, when I found out we only had 13 working, and they're 20, 30 years old, and they were bought used, and we have tractor trailers hitting them, you know we have those issues and things like that. I mean, she on her own went and found something that I think will last, is light, can be put up, and we just got to figure a few little things out, and we'll be working on that over the next little bit. But if you'll have patience with us, we're gonna have something nice for you for Christmas for that amount of money. Is that okay? And we'll come back with a report.
Commissioners,
We'll come back with a report and a formal
Okay.
approval when the time comes, if that's okay.
thank you.
So,
Go ahead.
so going forward, next year, is we gonna be on top of it? Cause it seems like every year we wait till the last minute. And that's, I mean, no offense, but I'm just saying, that's what we have done. And I think going forward, we need to be more proactive and, setting all this stuff up.
Commissioner Mitchell, just to answer that question is, yes, we can do that. We have to budget the money for it to do it. But if we try this year, we'll know when we're in our budgeting season, and we can, you as a board say, yeah, we really like that. Let's order 30 more and be ready for Christmas.
Okay, so in July, we'll just go ahead and, start this, because that's the start of the budget, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
what we need to do.
Yeah.
Because like I said, every year I've been on this board for, I ain't gonna say, but,
Just-
we have been slack when it comes to, we wait till the last minute. And so I think we just need to start being more better at, being more proactive when it comes to this.
Calendar alerts go a long way, so we can all stay ahead.
And we'll take that into account with budgeting
Okay.
in this year. I mean, this is my first year. I didn't
Okay.
do last year's budget, so.
That's understandable,
So
so.
we're going to be
Right.
working on this. So, and like I said, you got to be patient with us this year. We're going to do as much as we can with what, like we've talked about here. And then it'll give us a good chance to evaluate it and say, gee, that was a great idea. It worked wonderful. Let's do it. Or, let's not spend any more on that. Let's look a different direction. But we will address it in the budget when we do the budget in May.
Okay.
Mayor, one last thing before we move on, just because it's sort of related. Stick around, we don't want to As you can see, we've got something that we can set that I think really accents the council here. Because Mayor, you mentioned it was kind of, it's nice, but it just didn't have see what
Right.
we see. And so, I went and got these made, and, when I first started looking at what other city councils and things have done, it was just nice decoration, that's one.
Right.
You can spend a lot of money, okay? We went to a company, and a guy I know in Mount Airy, he's a young man who started this company called Laser, and they can do about anything. And So,
Thank you.
Mayor, I hope that you all
Yeah,
like
yes.
that, and we're going to attach that. And this, it's light enough, which is nice, and it matches the accent of the wood. It's light enough that we can do it with the strips. With the command strips. With command strips, we don't have to drill or do anything. And so the only thing that I'm asking is, we've got this other one, you may, over the next little bit, decide where we want to put it. Because it's really, I think they're really nice. It's a guy, it's called Laker in Mount Airy, and I just happen to know him because he's a young guy. And just real quickly on the background, and real picture, son, in high school, they have programs for kids that want to be entrepreneurs. You know, they have contests in all the high schools in Surrey County called Get Served. And about 7, 8 years ago, he was the first winner with his contest when he was in high school. This was his contest, was to do something at New Laker, and he does all kinds of things, design and stuff like that. And he won the contest and got him a little bit of seed money, and in that now he's got a big warehouse. He's producing stuff all over the world, but it came out of a entrepreneur thing in high school life. So that's how that started. So,
Thank you.
and Mayor, you guys are okay with us mounting that and
Yeah, I just thought it would be nice to have something to represent the town
Well,
in
you
front.
brought it up, and you were
Yeah.
right. It really does dress it up, and that's about it.
Nice, nice. So before we continue, I'd like to recognize South Stokes High School students here today. So with you, they're here, and they're from South Stokes. So they're on their project, and we're so glad that you're here tonight. Yeah, thank you for coming. Yeah, always bring those students down to learn about municipalities, so. New business, item A, resolution 2025-04, requesting distress utility.
Thank you, Mayor. This is not you have in your packet,
It's not attachment, it's gonna be,
okay, attachment F,
it is F.
item A.
Yes,
Okay.
it's DEQ.
I think I should know this, but anyway, we have been asked if we want to become part of the state's program called the Distressed Utility Designation. Now, I don't want everybody to get the bad idea that this means everything's bad and terrible. What it means is the state, in their good wisdom, and I really applaud the state for this, has looked, and my Citizens Academy people know, one of the things we talked about was the issue that small towns and small communities have doing water and sewer, because we have the same, Mark back there has the exact same regulations as Winston-Salem does. When Winston-Salem wants to do some improvements, you know, they can spread that cost over hundreds of thousands of customers. We only have 800 customers. So it was, remember we talked about the economy of scale on the water and sewer and that kind of thing. So the state came up with a program, and I wish they'd have named it something different, but it's basically to help out units that might have issues with the economy of scale. And what they did was they set up this program where they will have special help for communities like us and a special pot of money that'll be set aside that will allow us to do improvements without having to double and triple rates and things like that, with what you might have to do, and if not otherwise. So what we're asking the board tonight is basically to approve this resolution, which will then go to, we will send this on to the Local Government Commission. They will then, in all likelihood, approve it. Then they send it on to DEQ for their approval, and we hope to get this on the December meeting for the LGC, Local Government Commission, try to get it on the January meeting for the DEQ meeting, and then we will be designated. We have been talking with these folks, Alston and I have been talking quite a bit with these folks, and they are really helpful. The two ladies that have been assigned to our project have gone as far as trying to find ways to help us with money and projects we've already committed, that we might be able to get some money to help in spending some of that, instead of having to do it out of our own funds. So basically, we really need to do this, and I would ask the board if they would to adopt this resolution requesting the distressed utility designation and get us in that program.
I'll make a motion that we allow the resolution for the distressed unit assistance program.
Second.
It's been moved in second, item A, resolution of 2025-04, requesting distress utility designation. Resolution. Question, are you ready to vote? Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
It's a lot of money in that fund, too, there.
Yeah, and
So,
it'll
for
be a
this.
big help for us, and
Yeah.
there are some things that they're already trying to help us with that they've started, even though we're not in the program. Remember, they said, we can't really do this officially, but we're going to do it with you. Yeah, so, thank you, Mayor,
Yeah, thank
and the board. The next item is the 2026 Independence Day celebration discussion. I am going to turn this over to two of the finest people I know, Alston and Brandy. They have kind of been looking ahead, Thomas, about this coming, 4th of July. And I'll just let them talk about what the possibilities are for the celebration and the fireworks and that kind of thing. So who wants to lead that discussion?
I can lead us off. Thank you, Ron. A couple of weeks ago, Brandy and I met with a gentleman named Tim Brown, who's with a company called Munnerlyn Pyrotechnics. They're a fireworks supplier, and we had a conversation with him about potentially being the supplier for our fireworks show this year. He said that there's a lot of uncertainty in the air this year with 2026 and Independence Day. One, due to the tariffs and the global trade uncertainty, and with this being the America 250th anniversary celebration of our independence. So there's a lot of demand, of course. Having said all of that, what we need to do today is have a discussion on the date for our Independence Day celebration before we can move forward with getting a contract drafted up from Munnerlyn Pyrotechnics and bringing that to you all. So according to Brandy, in the past, I think that the fireworks show has typically been done on July the 3rd. It's the staff recommendation that you all consider to move that date to July 2nd this year, being that that is on a Thursday. Town staff has off on that Friday, so it would require some of our staff to come in and work that event. And the show would be cheaper if it's held on July 2nd versus July 3rd. Considerably cheaper, by thousands of dollars. So I will open the floor up to you all for conversation on if that's something that you all feel comfortable with. But what we're looking for is a vote to determine what day you all want to hold the Independence Day celebration on, so we can move forward with getting a contract presented to you at a future council meeting.
And the money, I'm sorry, you go, your commissioner.
So when y'all speak of cheaper, they didn't give quotes.
That's what I was gonna
They did. So a 15-minute show is quoted at $8,500. If we held that on Friday versus Thursday, he told me it would be $10,500. So it's a couple $1,000s cheaper to have it on Thursday versus Friday. And depending on the tariffs, yeah, he did stress the uncertainty with the trade war going on. So
Say 15 minutes?
a 15-minute show,
And
yes, sir.
You've been doing it, 25, 30 minutes?
Who did it last year? No, do you have a, what was the cost last year? Just, okay.
Thomas, you mentioned the length of the show, and again, I don't know from past and all of that. That is negotiable. So if we're spending, let's say, we spent $10,000 last year for an 18-minute show or a 20-minute show, and that's pretty typical. That would be $12,000 or $13,000 this year because of the tariffs and the uncertainty and the inflation and all of that. We could spend $10,000 and get a longer show. What we got quoted was $8,500 for this. So if the commissioners wanted to spend a little bit more money, we can get a longer show. And it's going to be a lot cheaper on that day as opposed to.
Spin that back off for a second. Let's talk about the staff. They're off on Friday. And if we do it on Friday, we're gonna ask them to all come in. So we would either need to adjust our holiday, which I don't think is fair to them at this point, or do it on the second, because a lot of other places have now started doing it on the third. So, I mean, we're not the only place that, we came up with that a long time ago, but it's not the same anymore. So I just want to throw that back out there, because we're now into the deep weeds about $2,500 versus what our staff costs are.
July 2nd is on a what?
It's on a Thursday.
It's on a Thursday, oh, yeah. And then you're off on Friday.
Right.
And July 4th is on a Saturday.
The guy that came said, see, last year, or any time that we were doing fireworks, we had a 3 to 9 second delay. This time we're doing 1 to 3 seconds.
Which means you're going to get more
You
fireworks.
get more fireworks for 15 minutes than you do with 3 to 9 seconds.
You can stretch a show out by lighting them every 30 seconds as opposed to having them.
So they saying the tariffs is due to the price, so it must be something coming from a different origin.
They get most of their product from China.
China.
That's what,
Yeah.
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 One additional cool thing that this company also told us that they do is that you can sync the fireworks up with music. So if we had speakers down at the park, we could, have a playlist of some sort of playlist of Independence Day songs, and it would sync with our fireworks show.
They will do that as part of it, right?
They will do that as part of the price.
Okay, I see.
And so, but y'all did get like 2 quotes, right? I mean, I'm talking about not from different companies.
Yeah, we got the $9,000 quote for next year on Friday
Okay.
with the 3 to 9 seconds. In a couple of days.
Because I don't want to go up there and I'll be up there 15 minutes. I'll be kind of,
Yeah.
We can talk to them about a 20-minute show if that's more in line with what we've had in the past.
And again, that's something we can, I think, with just a little budget on the budget, we can do that if that's what you want to do, and it'll be a nice show. And I'll tell you, doing it on the second, we'll have a lot of people coming to town and visiting us, because we'll be one of the few, it'll be good for everything.
The guaranteed decrease in delay gives you almost twice the amount of show.
Right.
So for that price, I bet the thing you need today is not about the show, you need a vote for the date.
Correct. The contract itself will be presented after we determine a date.
Yeah, once we get a
Yeah.
date, then we
Cause-
can have them.
Because his agreement would be, I'm just thinking out, if it rains, if it's a contract, is it agreed upon, is it a refund?
Well, I'm not sure because we just don't have that contract
Okay,
yet
all right.
until we determine a
Okay,
date. But
okay.
that'll be something to
But the date for
discuss
is the
once we.
second, I think, the second is not, I'm in favor of that, is being on the second.
Okay, so I guess what we would do on this
But that's
is,
up to the Board of Commissioners. and
if the
what
board
they think.
decides the second's okay, what we'll do is come back with the prices and the quotes
Okay.
and stuff like that. And then also like you say, what happens in an event, all that'll be in the contract.
Right.
Rain or
Right.
whatever, all that will be as part of the proposal.
Guarantee that it's time limit frame from start
Right.
to finish.
And time is of the essence with this, like I
Right.
said, with the demand, with being America's 250th celebration and the
Okay.
tariffs. So I imagine we'll probably have those contracts before you in the next month or two.
Okay.
I'm going to make a motion that this year we move our 4th of July event to the 2nd of July, that evening.
that's second.
Been moved in second for July 2026 celebration at the Lions Park. Is it the Lions Park? From July the 2nd is going to be the date. Question, are you ready to vote? Those in favor? Those opposed? Okay. Thank you.
Mayor, the next item is the swearing in of the clerk, item C. So I guess we need Brandy and the mayor.
Yep. If she could stand up there under the seal, I think that would be a good shot for the live stream, and I'll take some pictures.
And Mark, you want to come up, please?
Okay, I'm coming down.
And Mayor, you need to come down too, please, if you would, for the picture and the swearing in. And get the mayor in the picture too. Let the mayor read it, or you're going to read it. Yeah. we have our new town clerk.
Hey, Mark, why was you setting up acting like you was getting married again?
Congratulations, Bernie. We appreciate it. People don't realize how much work goes into that job and the aspects of it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
I wanted to say something before.
okay, go on, man.
If I could, about Brandy. Just wanted to just briefly just say about Brandon, her part of what she has done in the town of Walnut Cove. She's been at the town of Walnut Cove for 18 years, and she has, been an administration assistant, and when the sheriff department was in the old building, she was a deputy of the town clerk. So she's had multiple and has gotten several certificates, and she's very dedicated, and she loves what she does, account receivable, payable. She's done some permits for the buildings and so forth. And one of the projects that we worked on together up here at Trinity Nails, the owners was gonna leave the town, and I was sitting there with them, and I was like, they said, "You keep going up on our rent, and we need a building." And I said, "Just hold on just for a moment." So I called Brandy up, and I said, "Brandy," I said, "can you find a building right away for Trinity Nails, because we don't want them to leave Walnut Cove?" And she said, "Wait a minute, just hold on a minute. I got a number." I said, "Call Mr. Southern." And Mr. Southern came up there, and Trinity Nails is still there today. But she had it right there, just get that building, because the building was vacant. And so a lot of the residents, they are very highly respectful of Brandy. They have, certain bonds and so forth over the years. She has a lot of these addresses in her head, because last year at the 4th of July, a lady lost her phone. Little 5-year-old came up to me and said, "Lady lost her phone," and she gave it to me, and I looked at it, and it was Miss Timlick, and I thought it was Gloria, but it was her sister's. And so I'm trying to find out where does Gloria live, and I called Brandy. She knew it right there. Not that she's stalking addresses, but after a period of time, these things become natural when you are very driven in what you do. So I think she's going to be very good. It's a good role for her. I think she's ready for it. She's going in February to get certified, and it's a lot of work in it, but I think she's been here, like I said, 18 years. I think she's going to be good. So congratulations on your new role as the town clerk.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item on the agenda is the retention bonus, the annual retention bonus that is budgeted. The mayor has asked that we discuss this and maybe discuss, we are trying to ask a little more of our employees during this time, and I think she wants to talk about the possibility of maybe raising that from $1,000 for this year. And this is an annual thing, so this is not forever or whatever. So it changes in budget and all that, but to raise that to $1,500. So it's for the board's discussion, and I can only say that my short time here and working in the manager role, and I brag about these folks, and I kid with Mark all the time, and Brandy and Addie and all of them, and give them a hard time, but I want to tell you, we are very, very lucky to have the people we have, because they are doing more with the number of people than I have seen in any other city I've worked in. The staff that you have, the size number of people that you have working on your water and sewer system alone is less than what we had in another city, an equivalent city, just in the water system, not counting sewer and sewer plant and everything else. And I think there has been, in my short time here, a willingness. We're trying to do a little bit of reorganization. We are asking for more certifications of our employees. We are setting this up, I think, to where we'll have the finest staff in North Carolina. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, I'm saying the people we're going to have in place are going to can work anywhere in this state. So again, I appreciate the mayor asking me to put this on the agenda, and I think the mayor's recommendation was hopeful that we could go from the $1,000 that we had to $1,500 this one year, and then we can look at it every year based on what the board thinks.
Yeah.
Did I say that right, Mayor?
That's correct.
Yeah, so the, the other night, I was out there with the fellas, because sometimes I go out with
You
them.
were, that's
I
right,
sure was.
all night long.
And, you know, they do work very, diligently, kind of tight. But anyway, they work real well together, and, you know, just being out there, you know, they giving people, you know, I got a Mountain Dew out of it. I got some dirty shoes, but so Mark, you owe me a pair of shoes for this $1,500. But yeah, they work well together, you know, and I like, I mean, you know, we hang out at the water leaks, and, you know, just to see them sometime with the struggle, how cold it was out and they was just down in the water. I mean, you know, I was about to freeze, so I would go to my car and warm up and then go back out. But they out there with no hoodies on and it was short sleeve. They was wet. I mean, you know, so just to see them work like that, and you know, it's well deserving.
Thank
So,
you,
I
thank
mean,
you,
know,
Thomas.
So
And
I don't have a problem. My recommendation is, you know, to give them the $1,500, and if I could give them more, I probably would.
Motion.
Okay, I make a motion, I ain't got my glasses on, wait a minute. That we give $1,500 for retention bonus to the staff.
I'll second that.
It's been moved in second for $1,500 bonus for the staff for 2026, December. Question, are you ready to vote? Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? I think it's six, is it six in Public Works?
Yeah, and 4 at City Hall, 5? Four.
No, well, I'm saying Public Works is six.
Yeah.
It's 5. So you have 5 city work employees for the town of Warner Cove. That's covering the north, south, east, and west. If something goes out, we have had it, I've seen it where it be multiple things. That's the staff that you have for the whole town. And so just wanted to bring that out. And I think the youngest one is, what's his name? Jacob.
Jacob, yeah.
Jacob is new. We have Will, we have Brooks, and we have Austin, and we have Mark. So that is, and I know they had a water leak over there in London the other night, and we tried to get the code red out, but it didn't get out. But nevertheless, they try to get that for all the citizens. I know 2 of them are sitting here. Kim and her husband are here tonight, where they was offering to take water to the public works workers because they not only fixed that, they said, while we out, let's just go downtown and fix some more leaks. I mean, so they did that, and I think they went ahead because it was night. They wanted to go ahead and take care of a few more. So for 5,
Yeah,
that's-
and Mayor, I just want to say, like I said, they do a lot for a system that is a very complex system. We talked about this, remember in our class, how this is a different kind of system. It's not your usual system. But Thomas, I do want to say something. The guys appreciated you, that you would take the time and interest to do that night. I mean, I know it was over there and all that, but I mean, I just want you to know that we as city employees appreciate when our elected officials, you know, you can do it, sometimes you can't, but you were there all night, pretty much off and on. I know that because, and I want to tell you that I think they finished that leak, it was well after, 3 or 4 in the morning?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was
And,
something.
and I want to tell you, they were here at 7 o'clock in the morning for work.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, so thank you. I'm just saying thank you on behalf of the city employees.
It's a retention bonus, and
Yeah.
the other thing, because I'm pretty conservative, but this is $5,000, okay? To keep people that have the certifications they have. Our wetlands wastewater treatment plant is not where you're just gonna find somebody off the street that really understands it. You can flip that system, you can damage it, but it's why your water rates are as low as they are.
True.
So it's about their licensure and their certifications, that you just don't grab somebody off the street that knows how to use a shovel or run a little backhoe, because it's a lot different. Each one of those guys, one's responsible for your wells. That's a whole nother credentialing licensing process. One's responsible for your wastewater treatment plant. Mark's responsible for every one of them. So that's the reason why I think we need to retain them. So,
Thank you.
In addition to replacing signs and so forth and picking up leaves and so forth. So it's a lot that
Yeah,
goes
they've got all the
under
other
that
things they're doing. They're
umbrella
not
of
just doing
Public
water and
Works.
sewer, yeah.
I know whenever I do call, I want to say thank you because I put in, I wake up and I have something on my mind that I see out in the public, and I say, can you go and do X, Y, Z, and they're on it. I always send the email out, so I do appreciate all that they do. It's a lot to take on with 5 in the whole town of Wanaco and all the training. So thank you for that. We're at this is item. E.
Mayor, item E is something that you want to just talk about in
Yeah, I just want to
concept.
briefly, and I see some people here tonight, and I'm hoping they're going to be interested in what I wanted to bring to the town of Wanaco. We know town of Wanaco has grown over the years. We did meet with the YMCA. Chris came down at the library. Some of the people was there about a while, trying to get it in a central location. It takes a lot of work in getting this, not in the middle of town, but somewhere where it would be benefit for people. This could be a 2-year project. Run is already working on grants and so forth. It takes his recommendation was getting a recreation, like a culture event committee, and getting some people who would be interested in being on that committee, maybe 5 to 6 people. It'll take some time. Once you start working this process, it 2 years ago fast, but I think it can be done. This is exciting, really, because if you get health and fitness here, it'll be great. I did visit the one in Stokes County, which is in King, and it was a lot of people there, and it was packed out. But if you get people from Wanaco, Germantown, Pine Hall, and so forth, but this is just the start of it, just to be looking at something possibly down the road. But I will be reaching out. I see Mr. Reggie King is here tonight. I'm glad that you're here. That has interest, him and his wife, in getting more involved with the town of Wanaco. And so there will be some people I will be reaching out to be a part of this. It's going to be Recreation and Cultural Event Committee for the town. So we'll thank you for that, and we'll probably get some emails out the first of the week, actually, and get some contacts, so to see who would like to be a part of that. And our meetings will be here at the town hall.
Thank you, Mayor, and I just want to say that one of the things that came out of that meeting was there seemed to be a genuine interest in the town of Walnut Cove having a first-class recreation facility that would include a gymnasium, an indoor pool, workout rooms, just like other communities. And I have made a personal promise to the mayor that we're going to be breaking ground on something. We'll have the money for it within 2 years. So, but it's going to take a lot of work. And this committee will be the first part of that, working with the board. But that is my goal, that within 2 years, we're going to be breaking ground on a world-class facility for Walnut Cove. And I've already started working on some things, but I'm gonna die trying to see that happen. So, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
The last item is item F, which is a proposal for radio read meters. As you know, we have grant money that we can spend. I have contacted the state. They have highly recommended this project as part of the remaining funds. And this is the first step. This is a contract with the engineering firm Dewberry out of Charlotte, who has worked with us on other projects and doing our water stuff. And this contract is the first step in terms of getting radio read meters into our system here. And let me just real briefly say that if you all approve this contract tonight, this will get on a fast track. Our hope is that in the month of December, we will be doing our due diligence, that by January 1st, we will have proposals out for different companies to bid on radio read, and there's a lot of options and things, and we'll get into that later. We don't need to go into those details now, but there's a lot of things you can do with these. And my goal is to have these meters installed and in place by the beginning of our next fiscal year. Just for the public, radio read meters offers a lot of benefits. It offers the benefit, and I think we talked about some of this in our Citizens Academy. Right now, we have mechanical meters that read, and they typically slow down over the years. They're just mechanical. It's like anything else. It's like me. They wear out. These radio read meters are hydrosonic and light pulsed meters. They don't wear out. They are much more accurate. They will allow the staff and the citizens and our staff to be able to contact our citizens. We'll know if there's a major leak in your house the first day. We'll know within hours. It'll notify us that there's a spike in usage, and we can get with the citizens and not have a big water bill because they can figure out what the issue is. So there's a lot of benefits to this for both the citizens' accuracy and for us. And I think Commissioner Jarvis has researched this. There is a huge cost savings on the other side too. So there's a bunch of things that are working in our favor on this, and this is grant money we have. So I would highly recommend the board allow us to go along with this contract, and then hopefully I'm thinking within 60 days, we will have a contract in front of you where we have bid this out with a recommendation of a company to go forward. And then as we're doing this process over the next couple months, I would like to invite, and I will do this, and board members to come see what we're talking about, you know, and come look at the different kinds of meters and ask the questions of what it can do and can't do. But it's really neat. So I would recommend, Mayor, if we could, get the board to go ahead and approve this contract to get this started. And the LGC and the state Diener has approved this process and this contract going forward.
So I'll go ahead and make a motion that we accept the contract for Dewberry to begin our radio read meter project.
A second.
I did have a question, but y'all had already went. No,
I'll
no.
rescind that motion.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry, because I was just
I
looking.
apologize.
No, was there a second quote for radio? Is this the only quote?
Oh, this is our on-call. We have an on-call thing with our engineers, and the state recommends you use your existing engineers on this project because it's tied to your existing thing. This is something that we do normally, and we have 3 engineers that we use on different projects. So we have it called an on-call thing. So it's been approved by the LGC.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. No, I appreciate that.
Okay. It's been moved second for the move on attachment F for Dewberry to do our proposal for professional engineer service for the town of Wanaco for radio meters replacement implementation. Question, are you ready to vote? Those in favor? Those opposed? Okay, thank you. Board of Commissioner comments. Manager report.
Yeah, let me do a real quick
Okay.
report here, Mayor, on about 4 items. And again, I told you we'd have some water and sewer stuff. We had a meeting today, this morning, with the county engineers and our engineers on the water lines that the authority is running. And I had several questions about it because I wanted to make sure there wasn't going to be a lot of duplication and us spending money that we didn't need to spend, because this is kind of it's a complex project. But anyway, the bottom line is, what was determined out of this meeting is, we talked about 3 things we were looking at with our water and sewer. Was number 1 was the radio read meters with the grant money we had left, the radio read meters. The altitude valve, which would help us for keeping the tank from overflowing. And then we were looking at the bypass line. Well, we don't have enough money to do all of those. And the bypass line is probably something we need to hold off on anyway, and I've talked to Mark. It needs to be looked at in the bigger study of the connection study that we're looking at on the, with Forsyth County Utilities. It may negate even having to do the bypass line. So basically what we have is about 1.3 or 4 million left. It's our estimate that the radio read meters installed is about 700,000. The altitude valve is about 150,000. which is going to leave us about 450 to 500,000 water lines. That's not enough to do that bypass line along 311. So what we are planning to do, the engineers are going to be coming back to us with a recommendation of where we can replace old lines in our system.
We already have that. That's right.
I know, they do have that, but they're going to come back with the exact lines where, okay? Because that's, yes, we do have that, but they're going to come back with a list of, we're going to do this street, this street, this street, you know, that kind of thing, with the amount of money we have left. And then we'll see what the study says on the interconnect and what money we can get out of the distressed unit list money. So this is our best move going forward. So we will be coming back to you with those other two components, hopefully in the next month or so. But I just kind of wanted to let you know where we were going with the water stuff. Next item is the audit. I promised you an audit on time, which means we would have an audit at our next meeting. We're probably not going to have an audit at our next meeting. And it has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do really with the auditor at this point. It has everything to do with the feds. We are required now by the LGC to do a single audit. And the single audit requires all the testing that has to be done with federal and state grants and money, you know, that all's been funneled through and that kind of thing. The feds have not come out with their rules and regulations. They have been, you know, on shutdown and all of that. So we will not have a late audit according to the LGC because they are going to give us extra time because the auditors can't do it until they get the guidelines from the feds. But we will have one that is on time and you will not be docked this year on your audit because it's all done on our part. It's just the Fed on the single audit we don't have. So I just wanted to let you know that that's in the process. The plan was, if they had the guidelines out, we were going to have you your audit in December, which would have been the first one in 3-4 years that you would have had on time. But thanks to Alston and us pushing them pretty hard, we're not going to get that demerit this year, I promise you. I do want to mention that in February, look at your calendars, February 19th and 20th, and Sandy, you in particular, but board members, mayor and other board members, the League of Municipalities, in combination with the Institute of Government, are putting on a 2-day essentials of board and local government, okay? They are doing 5 of these around the state, and the closest one to us is in Greensboro. And that date is February 1920. They recommend as many board members, because they're going to talk about laws and rules and regulations and board obligations and all of that, but they're also going to be talking about things like how do we work together as boards, and it's not just rules and regulations, so it's a good thing to go to. So they recommend as many as your board members, existing board members, and certainly new board members and managers need to go. So that date is February 1920. It's the 2 days of February 1920. So I'm just telling you that now, so maybe you can look at your calendars and won't put something on there. You don't have to go. You know, if you've been around and you can't fit in your schedule, that's okay. But I will give you more information on that in the next month, okay, as to where that is. But it is the 19th and 20th, and our closest one is Greensboro.
North Carolina League of Municipalities?
Yes, and the Institute of
Yes,
Government.
they normally do that. I think it could be right there at the Green Valley, right there at the Green Valley Grill.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a
And I'm-
conference room back there. I went last, I think it was year
Yeah,
before
about
last.
3 years ago, well, about 4
I
years ago.
went 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So
4
yes,
years ago.
it's a good, because you can
they did
listen to
Wednesday.
your North Carolina state representatives from different areas. They'll have maybe 2 representatives for the state of North Carolina. And the North Carolina League of Municipalities is a good resource, as well as the UN School of Government. But that's Ron, thank you for that, because I would like to attend, I would probably be attending.
Put that date on, because
Yes,
they really want the mayors, the managers, and new board members for sure, but they want all board members that can come, okay? And it's a good 2-day, you know, refresher, because it goes over a bunch of things. They even do, I remember they did sort of a mock city council meeting where people weren't getting along, you know, as a play thing.
They do.
to show- you know, and it was kind of interesting to see, and they talk about how,
They talk about a lot of things. They cover social media.
Right.
They cover, there's a lot of things that's out there, like it could be for schools, you know, for grants. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of good information.
Thank you for pushing that, because I appreciate
No
that.
doubt, no doubt. That's a good one, but
But we just got that over the internet, I mean,
Right.
just came in on email this week, and I just want to make sure you all would put that on your date.
Okay.
I hope that's a date you can go. And with that,
Board of Commissioner comments.
Just really quickly, Mr. Nyland, if, before Dewberry, because they don't do it out of the goodness of their heart, assigns hours to us to essentially rework what's already there. There's a capital improvement plan that was approved last year from that. It's an asset inventory assessment for our water system. And it has it has an entire thing with the entire inflationary component. So I just want to make sure we don't rework it and do the same thing.
absolutely.
And then, really quick, we're missing a sewer asset inventory.
We're working on that.
Okay, I didn't know.
And
if
we'll
they-
get that with this new designation, we'll get that paid for.
Okay, I didn't know because I thought they had started on, that's why I was
Well,
asking.
that's what we're trying to backdoor some. So
Okay, all right.
we're trying to get some extra money out of that. I'm trying to save us some money there.
I appreciate that.
All right. And where's they at with London Park?
Pardon?
Have they started?
Mark? The grader's supposed to start Monday. The pipe's there. You know, you've seen the pipe on site. And as soon as we can get him in there, I mean, this has been really harder than we had hoped. And I told Mark, if he doesn't show up Monday, we just need to tell him, take his pipe home, and I can get somebody, we got a guy over here that'll do it, you know, get going on it. Because we can't start until the park's graded, because the people with the playground equipment, they're ready to come. They're chomping at the bit. They want to put it in, and they can get that done quickly. So it just got to be graded out first, so
And this-
Monday, supposedly Monday, because we called this week.
Okay, so this London Park is going to be upgraded, and it's got several pieces of equipment going in there for children, as well as a restroom, walking trail.
Restroom will be coming in on, it'll probably be April,
April, okay,
but it's in the works.
okay. Any more commissioners? I'm going to go down my list, it's just, I'm going all the way down, so anyone else? Commissioners? No? Okay, so we at the end, and I just wanted to say this before we close out. We'd like to thank all the citizens of Walnut Cove that came out and voted on November the 4th. And we had beautiful weather, and we just wanted to say thank you for coming out and all of your support. And congratulations on all the elected board members for 2026. And we are going to elect Commissioner Johnson is in here today, and also we know that there's changes on the board. We'll be having a ceremony next month on the second Thursday, and we want to also recognize at that time our Commissioner Elwood Mabe. He's been in this town for a long time and done great things for us since 2011, and so at that time we'd like to make that aware of, saying thank you and appreciate you so much. I also like to say Just Plain Country was very successful. Had a book opening over here right behind the chiropractor. There's a book opening, and I cannot recall the name, but we see where the chiropractor is. It's his daughters. They opened up a nice small bookstore there. We want to thank the Cove Group in the town of Walnut Cove for recognizing our Veterans Day at the theater, the Palmetto Theater, for the staff there that put on a nice Veterans Day ceremony there. So we thank the Palmetto for always opening their doors for that. Halloween, as Chief Booth said, we had the Lions Park, not the Lions Park, but Little League. It was at the Lions Park in the town of Walnut Cove, and Angie Bailey was there to help out with the Halloween. It was very successful. It was safe. It was a lot of children that came out, and as well as the adults, and having a good time right there on the baseball fields. Food Line did a big food drive yesterday. I think their numbers was very high yesterday, and all the ones that came out and supported that. We did get, I think the hydrants, we'd probably get a definitely final on some of those. I just think it's just a few fire hydrants that is not completed. Don't know that number, but I think
It's
it's.
3 or 4, but.
Right.
And there are a
If
couple
we could get
issues.
those, and who's working on those for, as if it's Randy or whatever, where we stand on those and get an email out to the Board of Commissioners. Also, the Beehive system. I just wanted to briefly say, is the Beehive system where, because I know Ron and Austin, you're new here, but we need to look into the Beehive system. That system was going back 6 years ago, because I came in 2019. So 2020, there was a Beehive system in the town that was supposed to be up and running. This would also give a lot of data and information when you talk about radio meters and so forth. This Beehive system was supposed to be capable for that and tracking down leaks and water lines and so forth. So we can have another discussion about that, just where I want to see if that's even still active. Okay, we'll talk about that, okay? Also, just I know it's wintertime coming up, and I know you're probably already prepared for what the salt or whatever, having that run in place with the Public Works, ready for wintertime. We know we need paving on the street. I've seen some streets over in the London area as well as Broad Street is really, really narrow. Some of these streets, 2 cars cannot pass up on them. We will make sure they're safe for the first responders as well as the school buses. So I have put out emails about that as well. So, and I'll continue to follow up in making sure that, the roads are safe. There are some more patching that needs to be done, and so I don't have anything else, but I want to just say thank you to everything. It's been a great, nice to be here for 1 year. Last year, this building was under construction, this chamber. It was a year ago today, and it was not in here, so it's nice to have this, and the monitors look good, and I know there's people live, looking at us live, and so we appreciate them back home, so thank you, that's all. Unless someone else has something else to the commissioners. Not?
Make a motion that we adjourn.
It's been moved second that we adjourn the meeting. Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, thank you. Meeting adjourned.